Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
Hello, you nerds. This week we asked the deceivingly interesting question, what's your favorite thing about Earth? Well, not this movie, that's for sure. We discuss The Space Between Us, a contrived teen drama that could have been so much more. This week on the Geek Fruit Podcast. Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Geek Fruit Podcast. My name is Tejas and Jishnu is here. Hi.
What up with it?
So, together we're doing a podcast every week that talks about some of the nerdier movies that come out, comic books, television shows, etc. And you can find all of that information on the podcast or on our website. That's www.geekfruit.in. Now that we've given that quick introduction, and I've tried to stall as much as I can from talking about the movie that we're going to be talking about. Actually, we have one more movie we could stall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we can talk about other movies that people have decided to keep the conversation going on about.
Yes.
In the form of fan mail.
In the form of fan mail.
Let's do that.
I don't want to say it's not really fan mail, though. I mean, like, because I'm
not saying they're fans of us.
Yeah.
They're fans of the thing that they're talking about.
Other thing, okay, cool, got it. Yeah, okay, so now that we've established that, we've got a couple of emails from two of our, ardent listeners.
Good word use.
Ardent. Yeah.
That's a double word score, at least.
Thank you. All right, so do you want to go, Jishnu, with the first mail?
So, Parth, as per usual, I think he's been on a streak. I don't think he's missed a week in a while.
Right.
So, yay you.
And considering that he had his board exams, I think, coming around.
This is true.
So good
yeah,
for you.
You
Thanks.
warned us that you wouldn't do this. So,
I guess you couldn't help yourself.
I don't know if
right?
I should believe anything you ever say anymore, ever again.
Wait until those board results come.
I know, right? So he's talking about the last episode we did, which is about Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
And pretty much says that Batman was really unnecessary. But then how do you sell it? How do you sell the movie if nobody knows who your characters are?
Yeah, something we touched upon, yeah.
Which is true. And another thing he brings up, which we brought up extensively, was that it's really overwhelming. Now, to people like us who really, really care and are deeply invested in this, fine, we'll take it. But it's true, yeah, that movie was more than a little bit packed. He says too many characters, too many subplots. This was not a viewing where I could leave my brain out of the room and still comprehend perfectly.
That's true.
Which is true. Now, the argument I keep trying to make myself there is that that's good, I guess, because I'd like to consume content that challenges me.
Yeah, it challenges you. Not
Yes.
like Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, which I just watched, the sequel to the original Jack Reacher starring Tom Cruise. I'll watch anything with Tom Cruise.
Oh, I thought you meant John Wick for a second.
No, John Wick is great. Jack Reacher, the first one was nice. Second one, literally was like, I just zoned in and out and it was fine. So unlike that, this seemed to be more of, a very, really economically used plot. Every moment was important.
They crammed
right?
it in.
They crammed it in. So, yeah.
But his next point is that he has a problem with the poop monster, which I hold. I take a personal grudge against that. I think the poop monster is brilliant. Never before have I seen a poop monster come alive quite so animatedly.
Yeah, good one. Nice. Triple
so
word.
Go more poop monsters, please.
I thought it was fine.
I think that we can always use more poop monsters. He then says, both Marvel and DC know what the other is up to. I think it's best if they try to carve out the separate niches. Marvel's doing good in the movies for now, but DC has a stronghold on other media stuff, including Netflix and these animated movies. DC has a stranglehold on other media, including Netflix. I don't think
No, I think Marvel's still winning that.
Accurate.
They have Gotham and everything on
but
Netflix.
DC is not...
And Flash and stuff, but I don't think it's...
But those are Netflix shows.
They aren't, they aren't dedicated Netflix
They're not dedicated
shows.
Netflix
They are
shows.
on Netflix, which I guess...
Which I guess the whole world is on Netflix,
Yeah,
so I mean,
pretty
that doesn't
much.
really count. But anyway, so thanks for writing in. Oh, wait, he also goes on to talk about Sherlock a little bit. He says he hasn't seen that yet, so...
Oh, okay,
Get
great.
to seeing that, I guess.
I haven't either, so I'm yet to kind of get into
to seeing
it.
that, I guess.
Yeah,
it's good. You should do it. Happy about the trailer for Logan. Multi-orgasmic is a word he's used. That's a double word point as well.
Nice. That's great.
So thanks for writing in, man.
Parth, good luck with your exams. Thanks for writing in as usual. We have another email from Emil. And Emil's now... So here's the thing. Emil's written extensively about Westworld. And I know you haven't seen Westworld yet.
Nope.
So I'm going to wait until we have an episode with Dinkar to kind of maybe get into it, or until you finish watching Westworld.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes over like some really heavy spoilers, so I don't want to even like touch the main bullet points.
Fair enough.
I'll just skip to the ending where he's basically recommended some TV shows to watch. He says, Lucifer, based on the DC Comics, Taboo, new show with Tom Hardy about the shipping industry in the early 1800s. Young Pope, this show stars Jude Law, who is the most controversial Pope ever. You have to isn't the newest one, the current Pope, isn't that the most controversial Pope ever? Because he's just been like defying the age-old traditions of the Vatican.
Well, also, I don't think a lot of the previous popes had to deal with social media, so I think that they had going in their favor.
Yeah, this Pope is
everything
trending.
is controversial now if you want it to be.
This is true. I mean, controversial in the eyes of conservatives, I'd say. Yeah. He says you have to watch it to enjoy his greatness in the show. All right, cool. So a couple of show suggestions. Actually, I want to check out definitely want to check out Taboo with Tom Hardy. I've done my time with DC Comics TV shows, so I'm gonna let that slip for a bit and then get back into it if it is good. But yeah, that's our email. Thank you guys for writing in. Please continue to do so. You can write to us directly on our website. There's a contact tab at geekfruit.in, or you can mail us contactgeekfruit@gmail.com. Right, we're going to take a quick break and talk about the space between our ears.
Did you know that some termites in Africa have a pleasantly minty flavor?
Did you know that India's largest music festival was in a way conceptualized in Estonia?
Did you know that the awesomest chips in the world are found only inside US prisons?
Hello, I'm Chuck.
I'm Sriket.
And I'm Naren.
And together we are
Simplified,
a podcast that helps you appear smarter to an audience that knows no different.
Or give you some stuff to talk about at parties.
We are ultra-crepidarians.
And if you don't know what that means,
then tune into Simplified with a B on iTunes, Audio Boom, or your favorite podcasting app. Episodes out every fortnight.
Right, so we're back. We're talking about the movie The Space Between Us. It's a science fiction drama, comedy, romance. I want to say it's a teen drama. Now we have many thoughts on this film. Actually, you know what? Before we even preface the storyline, why didn't you preface your entire experience going into this film, Jishnu?
I didn't know that we didn't have an episode booked for this week.
Yeah,
already.
This is true.
I forgot that we had to do a recording this week.
I think we were pretty sure we were going to be doing Lego Batman.
Yeah, we thought we were going to be doing Lego Batman, which I've been waiting for a while. I'm
Same.
very, very excited to see the movie.
Yeah.
So I had my hopes very high for this week's episode. And then at the last minute, we realized, oh crap, that movie's coming out a few days later.
Yeah.
So we hurriedly had to find what was most relevant, and Space Between Us, upon Tejas' recommendation, was great.
1 second.
No, let me finish.
All right.
So I said, great. I haven't heard a thing about this movie. I don't even know what the poster looks like, let alone haven't seen the trailer. I don't even know who's in the movie. This is actually really exciting. Somehow my day got turned around again, and I got very excited to see this movie.
So did you have any base expectations?
I had zero expectations.
As in what it could be about. When you hear the title,
exactly. That's the other
Space
thing.
Between
The
Us.
title is a very vague title.
It is absolutely
It's as
abstract.
vague. It's as vague as a one-word title, like Sully. Like Sully could be about literally anything. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's the beauty of that title. It's a double meaning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this one, equally vague and whatnot, I said, cool, there's no point in like trying to dissect it because there's too many possibilities. So I went in completely open-minded, I would like to think.
Yes.
I was very happy upon sitting down, especially that it was a 2D screening of this movie. And
this is true.
I was like, great, this doesn't happen often.
This is the first time we went to the first floor of PVR Phoenix.
Since Miss Peregrine.
Yes.
Miss Peregrine was also in 2D, also starring Asa Butterfield, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, so I'll put it this way. Movie opens up, right? And it starts with a giant shot of Mars and this really like Tony Stark speech being delivered. And I was like, this is really cool.
Familiar voice.
And we're talking about Mars. Oh, cool. This is a space movie. Amazing. Let's see what the space movie is about. That's where I'm at this point, like 30 seconds in. I then see Gary Oldman and I flip. I'm like, yes, space movie, Gary Oldman. This doesn't happen every day. Let's go, Gary Oldman. I'm with you. Let's go to Mars. Take me there and back. And then he is very much on stage rocking a really bizarrely cool haircut.
He's old Sirius Black.
Yeah, it sits on his face really, really well.
He's cool,
on his
man.
head,
He's a cool guy.
So I was totally there, and then like these astronauts come out. There's a female astronaut. Like, yeah, this will be a feminist movie. Amazing, let's go. Yeah. And all this blah 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 blah. Then the baby happens. I was like, oh. Okay, cool. This is interesting. So is this going to be kind of like Alien, but the alien is not an alien. The alien is a baby. Like I was like, wondering. So this is the thing. I was experiencing it completely for the first time with every single beat, right?
Yeah,
so my mind is racing at 1,000 miles a second. There's so many possibilities. But the problem is I don't know who is my main protagonist.
Correct.
Obviously, Gary Oldman's a big character because he's Gary Oldman. But, you don't know because you haven't met the rest of the cast. At that point, by the time you see the baby thing, you've only met like 3 people. So I was still very confused as to where I should be investing myself in this movie. And then we meet the kid, and we've jumped 16 years. And then immediately, the minute they said 16 years later, I said, what? No. There's too much happening right now for you to jump 16 years.
So the pace of that intersection is quite hard, but I thought it was I thought the first half of the film was all right. Like
up until we meet the kid, I was with it.
Yeah,
and then once we met the kid, I was like, okay, this is strange. Are we getting into like a dystopian future? Like what's happening with this kid? I don't know. Is he the main guy or is Gary Oldman still the main guy? Because obviously I care about Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
But then I think it completely lost the plot, or at least I started facepalming hard.
That moment onwards.
No, not the moment we meet the kid. The minute we meet Tulsa.
Tulsa.
The minute he's like talking to a completely random person back on Earth.
And not explained how that's
at all.
happened.
Not at all explained. Like, just like the internet, strangers are meeting. Duh. It's like, what? No, is it like, did they meet on chat roulette?
Swiped right.
Like, how did they meet? It's just the stupidest thing. And so, every time that the focus was brought back to their relationship, I just wanted that scene to hurry up and get over with so I could get back to Gary Oldman.
Yeah, of course.
Because he was the only compelling...
Gugino.
Yeah.
I love Carla Gugino.
She was cool, but
great.
again, she was in that universe, like dealing with the kid. Yeah. And I was like, please, why don't you just jump ship and go hang out with Gary Oldman?
She does that.
True, but but okay. Before we get into it, I just want to say so. The minute I got home, I had to watch the trailer just to sort of see what this was advertised as.
Yeah,
and I realized, BT Dubs, spoiler warning. If you haven't seen this movie, I would suggest you listen to this episode. Yeah. So that you can get everything about this movie and then not have to see it at all.
I mean, or not do either. Like, you could spare yourself a lot of time.
They should listen to our show.
Yeah, they should listen to the way we review stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm all for that.
But when I got home, I had to see the trailer to see what this was advertising itself as, because that was one of my biggest wonderings. My wonderings while I was watching the movie.
Good word.
Was that it starts off with this really interesting sci-fi vibe, really intense deep space exploration. We're going to live on Mars. We're not just going to walk on the planet. We're going to live there, going to settle a city of some sort or whatnot. That was cool. I was like, okay, this is going to be something about like leaving the planet, like kind of like what Passengers was doing, like getting out of Earth and moving somewhere. That's the direction it went in. And then all of a sudden you have contemporary pop music circa James Bay coming in every like 10 minutes. I was like, why is this
There were a couple of James Bay songs in this film, not just one.
So I was like, why the hell is this music being played when we're talking about like really intense, hard science fiction thing? Yeah. And then I realized, oh crap, this is an indie movie. It's a small budget short film that just had a lot more money than they thought they would get.
Yeah, it's here's the thing. So the movie, exactly like how Jishnu has put it, is the fact that it's a teen drama where basically a boy who's by no fault of his own or by circumstances grown up on Mars. He wants to come back home because he's fallen in love with a girl. So living on Mars doesn't change anything about the hormones of any teenager.
Clearly,
yeah, he's got attitude. He's got everything.
The gravity in his genitalia is not affected at all. The gravity in his heart. The gravity affects his heart, but not his genitalia. Yeah.
Good point. So so he wants to come back home. He wants to find his father, so to speak.
Yeah.
Which was a weird moment at the end. I want to get into that. We'll get into that. Yeah. So the whole plot kind of revolves around him finding this girl, and then they kind of breaking code, leaving the. So basically, the one of the big points of the film is that he cannot survive Earth's atmosphere. That's actually science.
That's fair enough.
That's good science because you can't do that. So. Yep. The fact that he's on Earth at all, okay, is a big feat, and he's there, and so he escapes because he doesn't want to be confined to a facility just as he was in Mars, and tries to find his father with the help of his cute high school crush. Yes. So, so that's basically it, and they go on a road trip. So it's kind of like, it's a half, it's like one of those, not Forrest Gumpy kind of vibes, where basically like trying to live your life, be free.
Okay.
What is the word I'm looking for? What is the movie reference I'm looking for?
It's a coming of age thing.
Coming of age, but what is that movie? The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
No. Oh yeah, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
So it's kind of like that, but mixed with The Martian.
So that's the thing.
So things like that.
So when I saw the trailer, I saw what it was advertising itself as. Now, first off, I have to say, I saw this. There was like a 2-minute trailer. I don't know how many trailers they made.
I've only seen one.
I saw the one that apparently this movie was released in August
of last year.
Yes.
Oh.
at least this trailer that I saw said August 17th, and I was
Did you
like,
say
what?
something about this episode being relevant?
Yeah, right. It said it was released in August, so
Okay.
I don't know what the hell happened in the 6 months in between. But when I saw the trailer, it shows you every single beat of the movie.
Yeah, pretty
the
much.
whole way through.
Yeah.
There's just literally one line of dialogue that is in spoiler territory.
Okay.
And that flips a little bit of the plot for you. But otherwise, you know every single beat going into this movie.
Except
What?
for the most bizarre thing, which I cannot remember happening in the trailer either.
What?
But it was... it's this crazy thing of Gary Oldman trying to fly a space shuttle
Right.
out
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
stratosphere.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Just-
god. Okay. So let's just do this. This movie is quite terrible.
Yeah.
It's bad for many reasons. Because, and I'm not going to say, oh, it's not for our target demographic, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure that people who are watching it, like even the target demographic would not appreciate this film because it's too cheesy. It's like cheesy all the way to the point that it's like, and I love cheesy movies. I love romantic comedies or whatever it is. I enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
But like when it's done like naturally, this somehow felt like they were trying to make it too intense a drama than it earned. You know, like it didn't earn its...
I can put it this
yeah.
way. When I saw the trailer, I felt a little bit better. I mean, I threw up in my mouth again, but I felt a little bit better about what I'd just seen because it was the trailer. At least the marketing for this movie focuses on the love
Of course.
and the chasing after that thing and like wanting to find the truth about yourself and la 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 la. All the kid's entire MO basically is
Right.
what it's being advertised as, right? But when the movie opens up, it opens up in a really neat, like those first 10-15 minutes
I get it.
is a really neat sci-fi setup.
Yeah.
Right? For man leaving Earth and just space exploration and like wanting to continue on our future and la la la. And then I think the only reason that that's there
Yeah.
is to create a device for a countdown that's working against the protagonist, which
Of
is
course.
he's going to die otherwise.
Yeah.
So really, this was the fault in our stars.
It is the fault
This is
in our
literally
stars.
the fault in our stars. You just replace some chronic illness with alien chronic illness, a space illness,
Yeah.
and you just have a big budget so you can throw in some VFX of like spaceships flying around and like.
Yeah. Which were all right.
Which were fine. They were
they were-
whatever.
okay,
they were
they weren't
They were okay. They
spectacular.
weren't spectacular, but whatever. But my point is that this movie had two completely disparate things happening at the same time that they just tried to say they belong together. Like, no, you have your science story starring Gary Oldman, which is a brilliantly capable actor.
Yeah.
Who you're giving a really random role in this movie for.
I mean, he has a prominent role.
He has but the thing is, like, he has a prominent role only at the very, very end. We're going to spoil this, okay? He has a prominent role at the very end. Turns out he's the dad, right? And so the entire time when he's had his son away on Mars, it's been a tumultuous thing for him because he knows, oh my God, my son is there, but should I keep him hidden? Should I go and get him? I don't know what I should do. Now, if we had focused on Gary Oldman's story and we had just dealt with his own turmoil,
Would have been a compelling film.
a very compelling film. But I'm dealing with frigging 16-year-old
But yeah,
who
but
wants to
Jishnu-
get laid and has to travel all the way to Earth to do it. Like, that's not really the
But
most
Jishnu,
exciting story.
That's not the point. Yeah, they're not trying to tell the story of Gary Oldman. If they wanted to do a story
So I'm
about...
saying they should have.
Yeah,
That was a far better story.
Well, there's so many better movies and stories that we find, right? That's why we make prequels and sidequels.
So they should make no quils
Yeah.
and just keep more space between
Hey, but
me
Jishnu-
and this movie.
Hey, but
and
Jishnu,
just do the Gary Oldman movie.
Jishnu, what's the favorite thing about it? It's a line that
The
they
space
keep
between me
asking.
and the movie.
Yeah,
From now
it's
on,
a
for
line
the rest
that
of my
keeps,
life.
is repeated in the film. What's your favorite thing about Earth? And I think that was a dead giveaway for what kind of movie this was going to be, which is like a really
Good.
pseudo-emotional drama. It was not very good. I mean, yeah, I like
It
Carla
did- I
Gugino.
think it did a
so this is a
discredit.
kid. So I don't know if this is the kid. Is this the kid who's going to be in Ready Player One? I kept confusing him with Ty Sheridan. So I
don't think so.
I confused the three of them because they were both being tried for the role of Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Tom Holland, Asa Butterfield, and Ty Sheridan. So
Yeah.
these are the three kids, and that's why I keep getting confused
Asa
between
Butterfield,
them. Yeah.
from what I can see, he is. So we saw him in Miss Peregrine.
Was he in Ender's Game?
He was in Ender's Game.
Ah,
he was also
I
in
knew it.
Hugo.
Ah, yes,
He was a
he's
kid in
Hugo.
Hugo.
He's Hugo. That's a great film. That's a good coming-of-age film. Kind of, but not
No,
really.
I mean that was fine. That was
yeah, that's a great film. Scorsese.
I can't remember too much of it, but it was a decent enough film.
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yeah, I mean I remember like who was in it.
Yeah,
that was
I loved
about
it. It was great.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, so I just think
So we're going to be shitting on this movie a lot.
Yeah.
I think, everyone, it's got 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is 17.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know how much? That's less than the 35% that Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, got. So, my other point is, somebody even, what did somebody say about this film? Is that Gary Oldman continues to shout through this film, probably to keep himself awake throughout the plot, which I
true.
thought
He
was
does do a
really
lot of
funny.
yelling.
But I mean, he's a great yeller.
Great.
He's old yeller.
Friggin' yeah, man.
Okay, but yeah, so we're going to be crapping on this film a lot. Let us try and find the good parts of it. That's what you do. So I think it's.
I know.
You seem to have come out of this pretty scared. I felt bad in a way because I tried to watch it through how you'd be watching it, and ultimately I ended up thinking the same things. Like I was thinking, when is the xenomorph gonna pop out? In the beginning of the film. And another thing I was just really aware of in this film for some reason. No other film do I get it, but this time I was really aware of all the extras. Like right at the beginning of the film when he's giving the speech to all the other astronauts, I just kept looking at the extras' faces, and I was just like, this is so strange. This is a really weird one. I don't know why, but that's just what happened.
It was weird that there were extras?
No, it was just, I don't know, I was just really aware of them. I don't know how else to explain it, but I think it's because, I was like, wow, this is a movie that was made about something really, it's not even as much as, as fictional as some of the movies that we watch. But for some reason that, took me out of it. And Gary Oldman, pretty much the beginning of the film, is giving this rousing speech. Yeah. And I could just watch these people who I'm just looking at them thinking, like, yeah, you're getting paid to watch Gary Oldman speak. Nothing. And
That's a great day.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a great day. I just don't know why I was really aware of it. Anyway, but, that was one thing. Okay. And I kept thinking of it in the same way that you would. Let's find the redeeming qualities of this film, Jishnu, because otherwise it's just a complete loss and waste of time. Let me start. I did like a few things. Yeah. I liked the girl. I liked Tulsa.
She was not bad.
She was a good actress. I think she was a very good actress. Yeah. I think every time that she had to deliver a line or go out into these very weird outbursts of rage or whatever it is, she did a really convincing job. Like, as in, she didn't feel like, oh my god, she's just behaving like a teen. She
handled a really terrible script really well.
Exactly. So I did appreciate that. I think she was probably the best actress in the film, best actor in the film. Mm-hmm. Gary Oldman was being Gary Oldman. That's the problem with really senior actors, right? They speak and it becomes legit because they're old, right?
Because the thing is, we don't know Asa Butterfield and we don't know Britt Robinson, right? Because they're new to us, so they need to prove themselves to us. When Gary Oldman comes on, you relax, right? The minute Tom Hanks comes on screen, I'm in safe hands.
Yeah, exactly.
I can forget about life and just commit to Tom Hanks completely.
It's like when Rahul Dravid comes to bat or something.
Yes, that's a sports ball reference.
Because when Rahul Dravid is on strike, you're just like, he got this. That was my cricket reference.
Fantastic.
So we're not just regular nerds. We watch sports.
So Britt Robinson also, it turns out, was in Tomorrowland.
I need to see that with Clooney
movie.
and Lowry.
Yeah.
Actually, I really want to watch that because I've been to Tomorrowland and I like all these spin-off movies from actual rides and things like that.
I have been to
Like Pirates of the Caribbean is a ride.
Mm-hmm.
They've done Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, which wasn't too good.
Fun ride.
I was very scared. I didn't want to go, but I did eventually. Tomorrowland, which I heard was a very bad film, but
so I heard.
But it looks cool. It looks pretty cool. So, and this is the girl from that. Okay, what else has she done?
Tomorrowland, by the way, got 50%. So it's significantly better.
Yeah.
What else was she in? She was in The Longest Ride. No idea.
Okay, don't know about that.
Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Delivery Man.
He's got a bunch of babies
that
or
classic.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, what a spin on the term. I thought it was about pizza.
So The Longest Ride has 29% on Rotten Tomatoes.
She's not been having a good run.
She's not on a good streak. Wait. Delivery Man, take your bets.
I want to say 24%.
39.
Oh, okay.
She has yet to pass 50%.
Wow, that's like me all over again in high school. Listen, but she's a good actress.
Yeah.
And she deserves better.
Her agent is clearly not doing her any favors.
Dude, her agent needs to be sacked, yo.
Yeah.
She needs Ari Gold.
Okay, so wait,
Yeah.
what else was redeeming about this? I guess
What else was? I mean, the cinematography was okay. It was not bad.
fine.
I mean, they shot a lot in like that whole Arizona, Colorado area. It's nice. I liked it. Because that's a spot that we don't see very often as Vista, like kind of things.
Sure.
I mean, usually people are doing a lot of other.
There was nice scenery in this
There was
movie.
nice scenery in the movie. Like you said, the colorist went to town.
The
on
colorist
film.
went to town. It was beautifully
It
colored.
was very well saturated.
Very vivid.
Yes, very vivid. There was a scene in the trailer actually which has all these hot air balloons and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was so sure they were going to get on one, man, and they didn't. And I was very disappointed.
Yeah, why were there random hot air balloons at that point?
Because
they were just
scenery.
driving and he was eating a Mars bar and there's some hot air balloons.
Oh, the Mars bar was
Yeah.
classic.
That was
Oh,
alright.
God. He eats a Mars bar in the film. And that's... I don't know how much more on the nose it can get. Yeah, so that's that. You know what another movie was that I really enjoyed, but was like...
Are we done talking about this movie
Yeah,
now?
pretty
Because
much.
I don't have anything
Have
significant
you
to
seen
say.
Race to Witch Mountain?
No.
With Dwayne Johnson
No.
and Carla Gugino?
Oh, man.
Also great. Yeah. I
That
love
sounds amazing.
Dude, Dwayne Johnson and Carla Gugino have been like 2-3 films together already. They've been in that. They've been in San Andreas, which was...
She was in San Andreas?
Yeah, and that movie was not terrible. It was not great, but it was the biggest selling movie of the year, man. It was one of the top films. Dude, The Rock can make any... If The Rock was in this movie, I'm telling you, this movie would have been like the biggest hit of the
This is
millennium.
true. The butts would have been in seats.
Yes.
But some very sore butts.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Oh, God. But yeah.
I have nothing constructive.
Hey,
further to
what-
say
what
about
are
this.
the things that you liked in this film?
This is not fair.
Okay,
There's got to be something good about this.
I thought about this movie in another way, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, how could the movie have been salvaged? First of all, I thought it was a very like obviously it's a very targeted demographic, but just like diversity wise, this was like really like just a bunch of white people.
True. There
And
was
I kinda-
B.D. Wong. Again, B.D. Wong. I saw B.D. Wong. I got so excited.
Is that B.D. Wong?
Of course, that's B.D. Wong. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, because
okay, I'm going to show you a photo
the
of
man
B.D.
is
Wong.
a chameleon.
It's just B.D. Wong, just not bald.
Not Benedict Wong, who is in the
No,
who's
not
in
Benedict
Gotham.
Wong. B.D. Wong, as
Yeah.
in
Jurassic Park Wong.
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell is? I have to find a photo of this guy. B.D. Wong. Look.
That is B.D.
Yeah.
Wong.
So again, on paper, I see Gary Oldman.
I'm not
B.D.
seeing the
Wong
space between us.
in space. He's not even on the Space Between Us cast page. There's only 4 of them on the cast page for whatever reason.
What
It's
are you
fine.
saying?
Nobody cares about this movie. They didn't even finish making the cast page.
Wait, I'm finding
So-
it as you speak. Go ahead.
But yeah, like there's a the first scene that he's in is B.D. Wong sitting next to Gary Oldman at NASA, looking at a space shuttle landing on Mars. It was great. I was like, this is amazing. This is
Dude,
going
are
to be.
you sure that's not B.D. Wong? Dude?
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm gonna do it.
This is just borderline racism.
No, I'm
In
sorry.
that we are over that borderline.
As in, I'm the one who's trying to not be racist, Jishnu.
Yes, but saying he's not B.D. Wong,
I
is-
didn't.
I don't even know.
Okay, go ahead.
Can we move on?
Yeah, go ahead. Good. I'm still finding this. I
Jesus
really want to
Christ.
know.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jishnu.
Well, there's B.D. Wong. He doesn't say much.
He didn't say much.
He needs to say more things because when he says things, I believe him. And he's usually saying smart things. I don't know. I have nothing constructive to say about this movie
why
anymore.
do things always get out of control when B.D. Wong's around? It's B.D. Wong, by the way, in the movie. All right, go, I just checked. All right, so
Jesus Christ. Cool.
right.
Now that we've established that, I highly recommend nobody watches this movie.
Yep. Cool. So we're going to take a short break, come back with some random news, and tell you all about that stuff.
Be done with this mother.
Hey guys, this is Malika Singhania, co-founder of the blog Stylogram, where we cover trends, fashion forecasts, celebrity style, tips and tricks, and lots more cool stuff. So tune in every Thursday to the Stylogram podcast, your weekly style telegram, giving you the latest fashion and beauty stories that are relevant to you. You can also subscribe to our show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Audio Boom, or any other local podcast app. See you soon.
Right.
Move swiftly.
Yes, we're
to other
talking about
things.
random news. Jishnu, hit me with your random news.
Piers Morgan
I do know him. I think
is a
he's
very angry man.
He's a conniving.
He's a provocateur.
squirrel.
He's a provocateur.
He is a provocateur.
He likes to pick fights, right?
Yes.
Whether or not he's right or wrong is somebody else's opinion, but
it's
you
funny.
can't deny he likes a fight.
He is occasionally right and wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting into that.
Yeah.
But what I am getting into is that he has claimed to have never read Harry Potter.
Okay.
So the Big Green Bookshop, which is a bookstore in North London, has been tweeting Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone one line at a time to
Are
him,
you shitting me?
just to
Wow.
troll him, to be like, hey guy, calm down in life. Read some Harry Potter. It'll make you happy.
That's so sweet of them.
But one line at a time. So his response, this is some of the worst prose ever written.
Oh, wow.
That's all.
That's nice.
That's all.
That's nice. I had way more serious news.
Mm-hmm. Hit me.
Dinkar and I spoke about how Ben Affleck is not going to be directing Batman anymore.
Right.
But now Matt Reeves is confirmed.
Oh.
And Matt Reeves is an excellent choice, at least in my opinion, because he's done some...
What's he done?
He's done Cloverfield, one of my favorites in that genre.
Yeah.
And he's also done the very, very good Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Again, a very underrated series right now on its way to becoming... Like, if this third one is as good as the first two, it's going to be easily one of the best trilogies in this decade. You know, like Rise of the Planets of the Apes was amazing. Dawn just, increased on that. I mean, it goes without saying that Andy Serkis is friggin' amazing in this whole motion capture thing. And it's just like really compelling story about apes, man. I can't even believe it. Like when I saw the first Planet of the Apes, like as in the first one, which was rebooted by Tim Burton, which had Mark Wahlberg in it, which I kind of liked actually. But, it was just like, it was not, I would never have thought that they would even give it another shot, but they did. And like I'm just like suddenly invested in these characters now, man. It's like it's super real and it's really good.
Cool.
So Matt Reeves, the director of the sequel, he's coming on board to do Batman, which makes so much sense because like I was thinking, how is Ben Affleck gonna direct like? And
how do you
be
direct in the suit?
In the bat suit, like.
Dude, you need to pull more focus.
God, we have to do it again.
The aperture isn't low enough on this one.
Can we bounce some of the light from this dark cave?
Did that dolly movement come in? I don't think you had it.
First take. So there you go. That's how Batman would have to direct at least. So I'm glad that he's on board. That's one thing. And the other thing is Andre the Giant is getting his own HBO documentary. Well, that's all from us today.
He's still alive?
No, he's not. He died, right?
Okay, I was going to say.
He's getting a documentary. It's not like he's not like making it himself.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. I thought it was going to be like a day in the life of the giant.
I know.
I just do things, just bigger.
Yeah. So that's the news for the day. All
Well,
right, cool.
cool.
If you guys have any thoughts on the space between us, Andre the Giant,
If you have good things to say, we have enough crappy things we can tell you,
or uniquely interesting things you have to say.
Yeah.
Hit us at geekfruit.in, the contact app, or contact geekfruit@gmail.com, or find us on all social media at geekfruithq on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Jishnu, you're on Instagram and on Twitter.
That's what they tell me as myself, as Jishnu Guha.
Okay, Jishnu Guha. And I'm at Tejas Menon on Twitter, so you guys can tweet us as well. And that's our show. We'll see you guys next week. We're going to be talking about the Lego Batman film.
Assuming that it comes out.
It will. It is coming out. It is definitely coming out. Cut to next week. We're talking about Michael Caine's, cash cow film. Sorry, okay, we're done here.
Just go home.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye,
May the
you
force be with you.
Hey, so now that you're done listening to our show, you should really listen to a show that's equally good, if not better. It's called Cyrus Says, and it is good.
It's very good. It
Quite
features
good.
Cyrus.
And other people.
And his name is in the title of the show.
And it's possibly more random than ours.
Yes, and that's actually saying something.
Eloquent.
So everyone go listen to him.
What you said.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcasts galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.